Hello, welcome back to my channel. My name is Jamia. If you've never seen me before, oh god. If you hear a little noise coming in and out, that's my child. It's December 25th, so it's Christmas, so you might hear some playing, but hopefully you don't. I'll try my best to cut everything out because I don't want no interruptions. But today, I'm going to be doing a story time. I used to do them earlier in my channel, but that was before I got more confidence to be on camera, and I felt like I couldn't really tell stories like that. But I'm gonna try it again. And I'm also doing my makeup with my new palette my sister bought me for Christmas. If you know about the Crayon Case, then you know about her new palette. I'm gonna just probably end up using this side because the middle has the plastic over it and the sides don't because it closes. So, and the USP man must have been tossing my package around because this shimmer here, I had to put it back together because it was everywhere. That's why it looks a little. So yeah, let's get started. Excuse the stuff in the bag. It's some Christmas stuff. Not all of it, but some of it. So today I'm going to be talking about my stalker. My stalker that I had in high school. So everything all started when I was in high school. I was 17 years old. I was working at a Piggly Wiggly. If you don't know what a Piggly Wiggly is, it's like a little grocery store for small towns. I don't know if any big city has them, but it's a little grocery store. So I was working at a Piggly Wiggly at 17 years old, and you know, me being young, I never really realized, I wasn't really 100% sure what if he was even a stalker, because like I never had one before. I never knew what any of that was really, because you know, it never happened to me. I just thought that he was somebody that liked to come to the store a lot, until like he used to always whenever he would come to the store, he always came to my line. I was a cashier, by the way. Whenever he would come in the store, he always came to my line. I always tried to check out my line. Didn't matter how long the other lines was. Didn't matter how long my line was. He would look. I would see him looking around. He would look around. Because at first I wasn't noticing it. But then I started to notice, like, every time this man comes into the store, it's in my line. But yeah, my line could have been, I could have 3 people in my line, and another line could only have 1 person. I would see him come to the front, look, go walk around a little bit, come back, and when my line goes down, he would get in my line. And y'all, I could tell that this was an older man. I could tell he was grown. I could, like, he wasn't no young dude in his 20s. I could tell that he was at least in his 30s, mid-30s. He could have been early 30s, but he looked like he just looked like he was in his 30s. I knew he wasn't in his 20s. Now, I will say that a lot of people, like I've had a lot of older guys, they would tell me that I did look a little bit older for my age, but I know my face didn't look old. They were only looking at one thing. I was always pretty thick, pretty chunky, but I always had boobs and butt. Like I was always well-rounded, and I always had boobs and I always had butt. That I know. So I don't feel like a lot of men actually looked at my face, because I don't care what nobody say. Looking at my face, you could tell I was a kid. Like you could have told I was a kid. Now I insert a clip of me in high school, senior year. My face looks just like a baby face. Like I was chunky, but I had a kid face. But you know, I would start to notice that it was getting a little weird, that he was always only coming to my line. But it really clicked when it really clicked when one day, I don't know if you're her child, but it really clicked when one day I had to do go backs. If you don't know what go backs is, it's like, you know how when customers get to the front and they're like, oh, I don't want this item anymore. I collect all my items for a while because, you know, customers, I can't go back every single time after one customer. So I collect them for a while, and then when the store is pretty slow, I'll go take all my items back. He was in there one day while I was doing that. And to be honest, it looked like he was about to come back. It looked like he was about to come to the front and check out. It's just weird that he's always coming in my line so he can go to somebody else. So when I did that, when I turned my light off to go take stuff back, he go backs down the aisle. This man literally followed me aisle after aisle after aisle. It was like out of a scary movie type situation, because he will always be at the very end of the aisle. Like looking like he's getting stuff, but still looking at the side of his eye, looking at me. I'm like, this is so creepy. It scared me a little bit, because again, I was young. I mean, it'll scare a woman now, period. But yeah, and the crazy part is, I think that I was so shook that I never told my manager. Like, I never told anybody about it. I never told my manager. I never told nobody, period, about the story. But I might have told one person. Yeah, I did. I think I told my sister maybe. I don't know. I told somebody. Maybe my best friend. But other than that, nobody else knew. So I never told my managers. I just thought it was weird that he would just, you know, come in and always come to my line. And that day, when he kept following me aisle after aisle, it just was like, this is weird. But I will say, this kind of makes me really nervous because I wonder if he was actually trying to plan something. I will say that after a person that he was with one day, went to school with me. So the guy knew me and he came in my line. Like we didn't really know each other like that, but we both knew we went to the same school because it's a small school. You really go recognize just about everybody you go to school with. So we knew we went to the same school. We recognized each other. We spoke to each other. And I guess he could have realized that it was some type of connection there. Like we knew each other in some type of way. That after that day, he slowly stopped coming to my line. He slowly stopped, like not speaking to me, but he slowly stopped doing, like backing up for me really. He stopped doing all the things that he was doing. And I found that weird because I was like, because you know him, what made you stop doing all that? Did you, like, after I got a little older and I started thinking about, like, did he plan on, like, kidnapping me or something? I don't know. Like, doing something, kidnapping me? I don't know. Like, I don't know. It made me nervous, but, like, all that kind of slowed down and kind of stopped after he came in with the guy that I went to school with. All right, so yeah, that's basically the end of my story time. Short story for a simple look. I never really seen him like that anymore after that. He slowly stopped coming in, and after I stopped working there, I worked there for a good year and a half. After I stopped, you know, I never seen him again. So yeah, that's the end of it. Just wanted to get something out there. I want to get back to doing story times, because if I can actually remember all my stories in my life, I have some pretty interesting things that happened to me. So yeah, remember to like, comment, share, and subscribe. I would appreciate all that. And I will see you guys next video.